I dream of it, amongst the wild threads of history and the myriad of paths. My
Relax, dearest. The poor girl only said she has to...
Damn it! I told you all to go before we left. Davros, what do you suggest?
I have a cup, sir?
I'm asking about the mob, Davros. The angry, inebriated mob encircling us at this very moment.
Wait a second, sir.
Rioting at Amphitheatre Square. Prefecture authorities have ordered the streets cleared, effective immediately, as a curfew is now in effect. Let's go live now to...
I am surrounded by fools, darling.
His sword, once bright, now dulled with strife, reflects the toll of countless lives. Oh, fate, you've carved this path of pain through deserts vast, through blood and rain. Yet honor binds my heart tonight. For House Atreides I still fight. Remember those who fell in fields whose courage were their only shields. Their names engraved in stars above. Their deeds, the legacy of love. In silence now, I take my leave. For battles end and souls must grieve. But know this truth, my comrades dear. In every heart, we still stand near. Oh, house of just and noble name, we've lit the stars with honor's flame. And though my journey's end is near, House Atreides, shed no tear. For in the halls where heroes rest, where valor shines, where hearts are blessed, we'll meet again in timeless peace, where all our pains and trials cease.
always with you. It's Vox Atreides, the voice of the Duke. And now, another revealing episode of Through Their Eyes. First-hand accounts from the front lines, presented by your host, Redondo Monroe. Today we find ourselves at the storied bastion known as Helios Gate. Redondo sits down for an exclusive interview with Captain Marcus Amstrad of the Fighting Fifth.
Captain Amstrad, thank you for joining us today. We've heard first-hand accounts from soldiers like Sergeant Creel, who shared the brutal realities of life on the front lines. Can you tell us about the recent campaign in the Haga Basin, and what the strategic gains there mean for House Atreides?
It is an honor to be here, Redondo.
Our operations in the basin are ongoing, but critical to securing a crucial foothold in the region. This operation underscores the strength and resilience of our forces, and our unwavering commitment to justice and honor.
Captain, while securing the Haga Basin is indeed significant, we've also heard about the heavy losses endured by our forces, including the illustrious unit known as Gurney's Own. Can you speak to the toll this so-called War of Assassins is taking on our troops and their families?
Look, Redondo, war is never without sacrifice. But it is through these sacrifices that we uphold our values and protect the future of House Atreides. Our troopers understand the importance of their missions, and they complete them with honor and the morale of our troops.
Soldiers. Sergeant Eric Thorne, for example, described the chaos and loss during the final days of the rock station. Feel that the cost
water is mine. Reloading.
Brings us one step closer to the enemy. The brighter unwavering resolve.
Captain, some have that we maintain our moral high ground in this conflict.
House Atreides has always held itself to the high standards of the Great Convention. Our tactics are designed to minimize harm to civilians and uphold the principles of that treaty. Any deviations from the standards are swiftly addressed and corrected. Our commitment to honorable warfare is unwavering.
There have been reports of war crimes committed by Harkon forces. Allegations of misconduct by our military. How do we respond to these allegations?
Are known for this, and any type of agreement between the houses. But we do not stoop to their level. Any allegations of misconduct by our troops are thoroughly investigated, and those found guilty are held accountable. However, it's important to remember that our forces are under immense pressure, and mistakes can happen. We must focus on the bigger picture, and the ultimate goal of victory and justice.
Captain, what message would you like to send to the families of our soldiers and the subjects of House Atreides who may be struggling with the hardships of this conflict?
To the families and citizens of House Atreides, I say this. Stand proud. Your loved ones are fighting for a noble cause, and their sacrifices are not in vain. In time, we will emerge from this confrontation stronger and more united than ever. Trust in our leadership, trust in our soldiers, and trust in the principles that have guided us for generations. Together, we will prevail.
Thank you, Captain Amstrad, for sharing your perspective with us today. Your words remind us of the strength and resilience of House Atreides. That concludes our interview with Captain Marcus Amstrad. As we continue to navigate the complexities of this conflict, let us honor the bravery and sacrifices of our soldiers and strive to uphold the values that define House Atreides. Join us next time for another episode of Through Their Eyes.
Eyes on enemy.
You have listened to another episode of Through Their Eyes, first-hand accounts from the front lines, presented by your host, Redondo Monroe.
Welcome to Imperial Desert Botanical Testing Station number 10. I am Dr. Silas Grealish, director of this facility. Our goal here at DBTS-10 is to find and develop flora which can flourish in the iron-rich soil of this part of the earth.
Who goes there?
Someone's here.
Found them. We're under attack. Require backup. Eyes on hostile.
Spreading the word of the Duke and reminding you that hope is not weakness. Real strength is acknowledging that it's okay to strive for and even expect a better day. We've got to approach every fresh sunrise as an opportunity to renew our bonds and strengthen our commitment to a brighter future. A future governed by hope and not fear. This is Tolliver Cam from the heart of Erakeen, guiding you through your day.
View from a mountaintop. The song of the sea. Our faithful brother, that ever-present roar, companion to those dreamers of jagged peaks of long ago. Eyes towards the distant stars. Visions not of glory, but of light and hope across the darkest voids. Now, beneath an empty sky, our banners gloriously fly. Dreams fulfilled, but lost. Light and hope consumed by darkness deeper than was known.
Welcome
And
to
lost
Imperial
as well
Desert
in
Botanical
desert,
Testing Station number
empty
10.
as can be.
I am Dr.
The song of that far away sea.
Someone here.
I see something. Found them.
They're coming.
Welcome to Imperial Desert Botanical Testing Station number 10. I am Dr. Silas Grealish.
Who goes there? Eyes on hostile.
Welcome to Imperial Desert Botanical Testing Station number 10.
Identify it. yourself.
Fox and Brady, the voice of the future. Broadcasting from the heart of Eric. On your local community radio.
Found them. Enemy found.
Welcome to Imperial Desert Botanical Testing Station number 10. I am Dr. Silas Grealish, director of this facility.
Identify
Shields
yourself.
up. Target. Found. Yeah. They're here.
There's someone here. I need help. Enemy sight. Engaging enemy.
And now, the inaugural episode of a brand new series. It's The Young Guardians.
Gather round, fair listeners, as we join our story on the eve of destiny for 3 young lives. 3 faithful aspirants to Duke Leto Atreides' fabled House Guard prepare for their final test at the War Gymnasium. A test that will challenge their training, their courage, and define their future defenders of House Atreides. Our story begins
I require backup. Target found.
Among the recruits, 3 stand out.
and Amon, a fifth-born Atreides cousin, striving to exceed the lofty expectations that come with his name.
I won't let you down, Lyra. I've trained too hard to fail now.
Keep your focus, Taran. We'll get through this together.
Come on now. We've got a real chance to graduate top of class.
But Taran, Lyra, and Amon are not the only ones vying for the top spot. Another group of cadets, led by the arrogant and cunning Aiden, has been their main competition and antagonists throughout their time at the war gym.
Well, golden boy and a peon patrol.
Shoot!
Tell me, Amon, how does it feel to come together? Oh, yeah. Maybe your folks found someone else to milk the goats. Not worth it, Lyra. Focus on the test.
Enemy found!
As the Asper is ready to only the final test will their way. A endurance race of outsiders, known as the Challenge. Ancient tradition states that the aspirant team planting their flag atop the summit first will be named top of class.
Attention!
Come on, keep it up! We're almost there!
Village.
A little bit further!
Watch out for that loose rock!
How hard
As
can
Taran
we
and team
remember
near
this
the summit,
simple rule?
Lyra's
No
footing gives way,
military
and she slides
Take a
right
risk
to
every
the
time
ledge
we need
below.
to enter settlement. Slip up
Go
like
on
this
without
could
me.
easily be the death of us
Plant the
all.
bloody flag!
Make sure every one of you hears
Not
this
happening,
message
Lyra.
and
Atreides leave
understand
no
it.
man behind.
Crystal
Lyra.
will not be
We're coming.
returning to us. There will be an auction for his gear.
Meanwhile, Aiden and his group are hot on their heels and seize the opportunity to rush to the summit.
Come on, you maggots! Dig deeper than you ever have before! We're almost there! Yes! We did it! I told you those losers didn't stand a chance.
Thank you, guys. I'm sorry I slowed us down.
Don't worry about it. We're a team, remember?
Despite their best efforts, Taran, Amon, and Lyra finished second in the challenge.
Shield on!
We may not be
Rifle
top
in!
class, but we did right by our friend, and nothing will diminish that.
The day before graduation,
Enemy sight!
Taran and Lyra ventured into the lecture hall to return a borrowed drum, when something strange caught their eye.
Huh. That's strange. The light's on in the Commandant's office.
But we just saw the Commandant on the green.
Then, who's in there?
Aiden,
What are you doing here? None of your business, peons. I was just leaving anyway.
But Taran had noticed that Aiden's stayed under
Commandant's coat.
what about it?
Aiden just put it under his shirt.
We have to tell Eamon.
Amon, you won't believe what Lyra and I just saw.
Aiden is a thief. He stole the Commandant's code book from his office.
My older brother quizzed me before. I thought it was gone then.
Reload! Dead!
He must be.
But what are we going to do about it?
Leave that to me.
The graduation ceremony is a grand affair, as the Commandant presents deployment orders to the well-deserving class. Called to the stage, Aiden and his group walk triumphantly up the aisle, expecting to receive top-of-class honors.
I told you. Came up on top.
You and yours, you are charged with espionage and treason against our treaties. The
As our heroes continue their journey, facing new challenges as they uphold the legacy of House Atreides. Until then, honor and loyalty are the core marks of a warrior.
Enemy sighted!
Shields up! Huh? Found them! Someone, reveal yourself! Where's my brother? We've got incoming!
It's like out there.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm.
Well, let me tell you, there's more out there than spice and scent. The Wastelander Chronicles takes us into the life of a scrappy young scavenger girl and her family as they brave war-torn battlefields, hunting salvage and other buried secrets. Stay tuned, because this is one tale you don't want to miss.
Your butter is mine!
It's the Wastelander Chronicles, brought to you by Gary's imports. If you want it, we have it. And if we don't have it, we'll get it. Join us now as we journey to the blistering sands of Arrakis, where we follow the adventures of the O'Gary clan, a pioneering family of salvage experts, as they scour war-torn battlefields and crash sites to discover their next great haul.
Hey there, everyone! Welcome back to the Wastelander Chronicles. I'm your Badlands Scout, Sally O'Gary, and I've got a crazy story for you. It all started when my dad announced a surprise salvage mission. It was just after sunset. Dad has spent all day, as always, minding our storefront and listening to the space traffic controllers going about their business on the community. I always tease Dad and ask how it is he can listen to those encrypted channels, and he just carrying machine parts out of Dallas again. Now, you must be thinking, Sally, what's so darn exciting about this machine part? Is it in the travel team? We learned that a ship listing machine part on its cargo manifest could be carrying anything from precision lasgun barrels to cybernetic eyeballs, so it's worth the trip. Of course, Dad's not the best with his numbers, so it was up to Mom to triangulate the coordinates and plot our course to the crash site in the minor Erg. As always, when we piled into Clovis, our vintage Ram master, Mom reminded us of the bandit. And of course, the old man of the desert himself, the great we hit Clovis under a tug and
kill them all!
Then we kill him real good. Coda can separate a man from his jewels in less than 2 seconds. I've seen him do it. But after a whole lot of dust and nothing, we finally came up upon the coordinates marked on our map. And what do you know? The crash ship was nowhere to be seen. Of course, Mom and Dad immediately set to arguing about it while the rest of us fanned out.
You're an idiot, Finn O'Gary. Don't you dare blame my calculations on this fiasco. I should have listened to my mother and entered the sisterhood. At least then, I'd be married off to a man of consequence.
You wouldn't be married to anything but a mop and bucket. Instead of kids, you'd have hallways to clean. And you know those witches got a lot of hallways.
What do you know about the Bene Gesserit? You don't even know how to add.
I know one thing I'd like to subtract.
Hey, Mom and Dad? Look what Phaedra and Bree just found.
While my parents were bickering, my big sisters, Phaedra and Bree, had uncovered a hatch in the ground, beneath layers of sand and scree. It took some cutting, some prying, and a whole lot of cussing, but my dad finally got the hatch to open to reveal a ladder going down.
If we are to meet the quotas set by our new bosses. We have too many here.
Dad led the way, his glow cutting through the darkness as we descended for what seemed like an eternity. The smooth ladder shaft was marked with ancient warning signs in a language that Phaedra said was proto-galactic, whatever that means. Dad said it meant that the place at the bottom of the ladder was a part of the old empire. Finn Jr. said they were around a really, really long time ago and sent their scientists all over the universe to very cool stuff. Dad said finding their old stuff is our family pastime.
The fate of the O'Gary clan has always been tied to remnants of the old empire, whether it was back on Hagel or right here on Arrakis. Look at how we're drawn to one of their facilities without even knowing it was here.
When we finally got to the bottom of the ladder, we found ourselves in a small antechamber. That's when Mom noticed a series of small, almost invisible switches along the wall. With a little bit of trial and error, we activated the mechanism. A screen flickered to life, displaying a map of the facility. Dad examined the map and explained that we were in an auxiliary substation built to support nearby old Empire ecolabs with technical matters. This was very exciting for Dad because it meant that there were even more testing stations out there just waiting for us to find them. But for now, we had this substation before us. Mom figured out where we were on the map. It seemed we had entered through an emergency escape tunnel. But when we tried the door leading back to the main area, it wouldn't open no matter what we tried. Dad began to despair, but Mom kept her head and found us another route back into the complex through a twisty utility duct. But there was a catch. The utility duct was incredibly narrow, too small for any grown-ups to fit through. This was a moment of silence. From my mom and a promise to be careful, I wriggled into the tight space, inching my way forward. The walls closed in around me, but in true O'Gary spirit, I kept my cool, determined to reach the other side. About 30 meters in, I felt a tug on the safety rope tight around me. It had reached the point. I couldn't get any further unless I disconnected it. Something around here is too tight.
It's to die.
You didn't raise me to be a coward. What is that O'Gary for? I'll be fine. Just keep a lookout for trouble. I unhooked the safety rope and tucked it in the duct meant there's no turning back. If it was a dead end, I was surely a goner. But hey, what's an adventure without a little risk? I think I can get this out of the house. It's an octopus. Here's hoping there's an
Reload.
huge chamber, lit by a soft, eerie glow. It was a real treasure trove of ancient technology, so just I managed to backtrack to the escape tunnel my family was in. Now I understood why we were never able to open that door. It was because of the power loader. Fortunately, the control fob was still intact, so I was able to move that great beast away from the door. Are you okay? I'm fine, Mom. Where are you going, Finn?
Fine to me. More than fine, in fact. She's spectacular.
Our daughter or the power loader?
Can't we be excited for both? This is a VK5000 powered work loader. The last exosuit to come off the Venhold assembly line before the company was split up into Combined Mercantile and the Fold Space Shipping Company.
Do you mean...
Yep. The predecessors to CHOAM and the Spacing Guild.
Wow.
After the excitement died down, we carefully extracted as much as we could carry, making sure to document everything for later study. It was our most successful expedition yet. Back at our shop, we spent days cataloging and cleaning our finds, preparing them for sale. And that's where you come in, dear listeners.
That's right, Sally. At O'Gary's Imports, it's our Old Empire extravaganza. And you won't believe our prices. We have SD converters. We have anti-induction modules. We have cobalt-tipped RAM. We have articulated John doors for men and women. Come find us on the Agora Concourse of the Grand Souk in Arakeen. Because at O'Gary's Imports, if you want it, we have it. And if we don't have it, forget it.
Thanks, Dad. Until next time, this is your faithful Badland Scout, Sally O'Gary, signing off and reminding you of
Reloading.
another episode of The
Need to
Wasteland
reload.
Chronicles.
Welcome to Imperial Desert Botanical Testing Station number 10. I am Dr. Silence.
this week's notes from our market contacts. Working anti-dust filtration systems are in high demand in Erekine. Those from one-man ground cars are manageable, but larger digital sealed system ground cars and port boxes will fetch the best prices. Stick to your standard models since custom fabricated units are becoming ridiculous. The deals won't touch them. Make sure our acquisition agents are aware of this. The market for scrap metal is nearly glutted because of competition from scavengers in the Hog Basin. But there is still a strong market for copper, aluminum, and plasteel components. It'll be worth our effort to break down larger mechanisms to acquire those materials. Do not forget to pass on last week's tallies as soon as you've completed them.
Welcome to Imperial Desert Botanical Testing Station number 10. I am Dr. Silas Bralish, director of this facility. Our goal here at DBTS-10 is to find and develop flora which will flourish in the iron-rich soils of this fauna of Arrakis. Our initial focus is the introduction of the cheer, the Fedra, and Aloidendron species, which we deem the most likely adapted.
Reveal your possession. Your water is your weapon empty. I've got you covered.
throughout empty nights. To rustle and caress the sand, the landscape shifts in size. Rises up and forms anew, sings a song. Morning tides and the on grey, the ceaseless call of seabirds out among the cliffs.
Welcome
The salt
to
waves
Imperial
fall
Desert
and rise,
Botanical Testing
born
Station
now
number
and dying. Salt tears sting my eyes. How long ago it seems. And I know that our gardens blossom only in my dreams.
Got you!
It's going to be another hot one today, folks. It's already 70 degrees Celsius in the shade, and the day's just started. All we can do is put one foot in front of the other and face what comes with honor and determination. This is Tolliver Cam from the heart of Erakeen, guiding you through your day. And now we bring you Through Their Eyes. First-hand accounts from the front lines, presented by your host, Redondo Monroe. Today, in another poignant and moving episode, we delve into the heart of a mother's sacrifice and the bravery of her son, as conveyed through their personal writings.
Her diary reflects the unwavering morale of the Atreides family, supporting their loved ones and our fighting forces. One fateful day last year, our special missions cohort executed a daring raid against a Harkonnen position in the minor erg known as Three Rock Station. Sergeant Eric Thorne, a highly trained member of the elite strike force known as Gurney's Own, was part of that operation.
Another sleepless night. The sound of the wind reminds me of the distant echoes of battle. I can't help but think of my son, out there in the desert, fighting for our beloved Duke.
An academic outrage.
I've heard rumors that Eric was involved in the incursion at Three Rock Station, and that the confrontation became very bloody. But still, he writes that his spirits remain high. I pray for his safety and the swift end of this bloodshed.
In his letters sent from his unit, as Gurney's Own are deployed wherever the need is greatest, Eric expresses both resolve and an unwavering commitment to our cause.
Mother, the Harkonnens fight viciously, but our intelligence is sound, and we're able to hit them at their weakest. It's hard to remember the peace and serene beauty of our beloved Caladan when all you see is sand and blood. The soldiers in my unit are strong and determined, and I draw strength from their courage. I miss you and home dearly, but I know our struggle is just.
After the fierce fighting at Three Rock Station, Eric's unit was redeployed to the Western Reach, striking against Harkonnen spice crews in the deep desert. Through sheer determination, a critical position was taken, but at great cost.
The news I hear about Eric's unit is grim. Many lives lost, including some of Eric's closest friends. My heart aches for him, and for all the families grieving tonight.
Mother, I feel that our small unit is a valuable resource in this war of assassins. We've lost many good men. My dear friends, it's hard to keep faith when you see so much death. The Harkonnens are brutal and show no mercy, Mother. They burned our wounded alive, and I've seen them torture our captives in ways I can hardly describe. But I remember what you always said about our duty to the Duke, about honor and courage. I try to live by those words, even when everything seems lost.
As the confrontations along the demarcation lines grew fiercer, Gurney's Own succeeded in breaking the Harkonnen supply lines, but in many of the missions, they suffered heavy casualties.
News has reached us of another successful operation. But Eric's last letter spoke of horrors I can barely fathom. I am hoping now, beyond hope, that his unit will be given reprieve, and that my son will be returned to me.
But destiny willed it otherwise, and Gurney's Own were deployed once again to undermine Harkonnen positions near the shield wall. From the mission camp, Eric writes,
Dear Mother, I don't know when I'll be able to write again. The Harkonnen positions are strong, and however careful our planning, we are sure to sustain grave losses. But still, none of us hesitates. We fight for House Atreides, for our people. Though I must confess, even the glory of Three Rock Station feels hollow amidst the bloodshed I now have witnessed. I must tell you, Atreides operatives too have been driven to acts I thought unimaginable. And we do what we must to secure victory, but I wonder at the cost to our souls. I miss you. I fear I may never see you again.
Later that same month, it was reported that Sergeant Eric Thorne was declared missing in action during a clandestine raid. His mother's heartache reminds us of the ultimate sacrifice made by so many.
Eric is missing. My son,
You're dead.
my brave boy, to
Fiona Thorne's sacrifice is a testament to the strength and resilience of House Atreides.
Empty!
Let us honor all those who have tried to bring glory as we strive for their sacrifices are not in vain.
Another episode of Through Their Eyes, first-hand accounts from the front lines, presented by...
Welcome to Imperial Desert Botanical Testing Station number 10.
Reveal yourself.
And now, we journey to the front lines with another episode of The Young Guardians, as we follow three young cadets. When we last left our three young House Atreides aspirants, they had received their orders. Now, what do you think of the plan if you would any environment hostile to human life? Because make no mistake, troopers, while you're there, while there's the atmosphere won't kill you out
fortress overlooking the northern frontier. You'll be reinforced rapid deployment code.
Your water's mine! Let's get the bastard!
Just remember why you...
Across the gangway to their dropship, certain nerves and anxieties come boiling to the surface.
Welcome to Imperial...
Taryn, are you okay?
Whoa, you just missed a trooper on the lower gangway. You didn't even notice.
Gross.
Yeah, I'm okay. Oh, I think that slig chowder isn't sitting too well.
It's okay to be nervous, Taryn. I'm bloody terrified. Although I'm not sure if I'm more afraid of the Harkonnen or the planet itself.
Both are horrible. But my greatest fear is failure and letting my family down.
That's hogwash. You've already lived up to your family name.
We were top of our class at the war gym. Our names are inscribed on the Great Pillar.
After Aiden and his crew were disqualified.
And summarily executed.
But I have so much pressure on me to perform. You peons can't possibly understand what it's like to be not familiar. To live under a microscope with 1,000 rules for every little thing. Sometimes I'm jealous of the freedom you guys have.
Freedom to toil for every waking hour.
Or freedom to starve when the crop yield is low.
What about freedom to be beaten if we bump into one of our betters?
You know what I mean. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just worried about our deployment.
Worried about what?
My brother says Helios Gate is outdated and of limited strategic value.
So?
Well, you heard the commander. 23 direct enemy actions in the last standard quarter. Is it really worth the risk?
I thought you wanted to prove yourself, Golden Boy.
Life must be so hard as a noble.
Okay. I'm an ass. Lay off me.
Look, we just need to stick together and remember our training.
And who knows? These things ebb and flow. We may not even see any action for quite some time.
As their dropship navigated the flak-filled descent corridor, our three guardians could see the action unfolding below.
Get up, Master Dune! We are coming in hot! We are entering a live combat zone! Do not, repeat, do not linger at the dropship once we are touched down! We need marksmen to observation decks, and the rest of you, reinforcing access points. Helios Gate must hold.
Around the Helios Gate fortress, Talon is stationed at the main gate, ready to repel all comers, while Lyra is perched on an observation deck with scope and las rifle.
They're trying to cut the gate solenoids. We need a marksman tasked on the front gate.
I got you, trooper.
Your horse is mine.
His team of Spencer-born skirmishers streak across the sky through a fusillade of blast-gunned fire.
Textbook flanking maneuver.
The battle raged on as the numerically superior Harkonnen forces pressed their advantage. But while the defenders of Helios Gate were outgunned and outnumbered, their fighting spirit remained unbroken. Exhausted but resolute, ready themselves once again for the coming battle.
We just need to hang on until they get here. For the Duke!
thick of the battle, Taran continues to defend the front gate. His strength and determination an inspiration to those around him.
They're trying to break through the old-fashioned way.
Lyra's precision fire thins the ranks of the oncoming enemy as Amon is redeployed to the battlements.
I've been hit! The front gate isn't gonna hold!
Taran finds himself in a perilous situation. He is injured, and the position he holds is about to be overrun by the enemy. Lyra, from her vantage point, sees Taran's predicament and desperately tries to provide cover fire.
Hold on, Trooper. I'm trying to cover you.
Welcome to Imperial Desert Botanical Testing Station number
Then,
10.
just as hope seems lost, Amon streaks, Suspenser born, across the sky and fights his way to his fellow young guardian.
Come on, Taran, let's move!
Where's my reinforcements?
It's too late. The gate won't...
I'm out! Enemy sighted!
And they're broken.
The Harkonnen forces are repelled, and the defenders of Helios Gate stand tall. But at what cost?
You've done your Duke proud this day, troopers. Helios Gate stands because of your bravery.
We did it! We really did it!
23 confirmed kills. I'm told that's a fortress record for newbies.
And this is just the beginning. Now they know what we're capable of.
For House Atreides, and for each other, we'll face all comers together.
And so, the siege of Helios Gate comes to an end, marking the first of many trials our young guardians will face. Their journey of honor and courage has truly begun.
Join us next time on The Young Guardians as our heroes continue their journey, facing new challenges as they uphold the legacy of House Atreides. Until then, remember, honor and loyalty are the true... This is Tolliver Camp, your faithful Communinet crier, spreading the word of the Duke and reminding you it will get better. War is hell, but our cause is just, and there's no other possible outcome than total victory.
Into the jaws of death. One more June. One more June. One more June onward. Into the desert storm flew the brave soldiers. Forward the shield brigade! The las guns must down, he said. Into the desert storm flew the brave soldiers. Forward the shield brigade! No one to hesitate, despite their reckless hate. Harkonnen, villainy. The troops not to ask what's right. They carry our sacred light, theirs, but to stand and fight. Into the desert storm blew the brave soldiers. Las guns to right of them, las guns to left of them, las guns in front of them, lightning and fire beam, forward to final breath. Boldly they flew, and well, into the jaws of death. Into the mouth of hell flew the brave soldiers. Flashed all their crysknives bare, flashed as they turned in air, slicing the gunners there, charging an army, while Arrakis all wondered. Plunged in the battle smoke, right through the line they broke. Harkonnen and Sardaukar reeled from the crysknife stroke, shattered and sundered. Then they flew back, but not all of the soldiers. Las guns to right of them, las guns to left of them, las guns behind them. lightning and fire beam forward to final breath. They that had fought so well came through the jaws of death. Back from the mouth of hell, all that was left of them, left of the soldiers. Ne'er will their glory fade. Oh, the wild charge they made. Atreides, in debt to them, honor the charge they made. Honor the Shield Brigade. Oh, noble soldiers.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
It's the Wastelander Chronicles, brought to you by O'Carey's Imports. O'Carey's Imports. If you want it, we have it. And if we don't have it, we'll get it. Join us now as we journey to the blistering sands of Arrakis, where we follow the adventures of the O'Carey clan, a pioneering family of salvage experts, as they scour war-torn battlefields and crash sites to discover their next great haul.
Hey there, everyone! Welcome back to the Wastelander Chronicles. I'm your Badlands Scout, Sally O'Gary, back with another wild adventure
Sector weather
from
alert.
the
A large
Wastelander
sandstorm is
Chronicles.
approaching.
Today's story is a real nail-biter. We were out in the Haga Basin, tracking an off-course freighter when we had the most incredible and terrifying encounter. Let me tell you all about it. We were cruising along in Clovis, our trusty 68 Chum Landmaster. It was supposed to be a routine trip, nothing special. But then, out of nowhere, a rock slide showered down from above and blocked our way. And when the sand and dust settled, We were surrounded. Over a dozen of the fearsome desert warriors, known as the Fremen, materialized from the gloom. At least we thought they were Fremen, but their faces were hidden behind weird iron helmets. But Fremen or no, these guys were all business. The one with the biggest helmet stepped forward. He seemed to be in charge and didn't waste any time accusing us of trespassing on Masquerade territory.
Masquerade? I've heard of these clowns.
Sector weather
Maybe
alert.
not a good
A
time
large
for name
sandstorm
calling.
is approaching.
We tried to explain that we were just friendly explorers, but they weren't having any of it. The one in the big helmet said we were infidels, defiling the electric worm's domain. Whatever the heck that meant.
A cargo cult. Fremen wannabes. Dude Shaz warned me about them.
When were you talking to Dude Shaz?
Not now.
Well, was he talking to you, or were you talking to him?
Here we go.
I'm just asking. Don't I have a right to know why my wife is always chatting up the handsome sheriff?
He gives good intel.
Is that what you call it?
By that point, I guess Big Helmet had enough of Mom and Dad's bickering, because he got real mad and ordered us buried up to our necks in the sand. But just as they were gonna drop us into chin-deep pits, something incredible happened. The Masquerade started yelling about something they call Shai Hulud and lit out of there like their tails were on fire. Turns out, Shai Hulud is the local name for the big sandworms. Well, I don't have to tell you what happened next. The ground started rumbling and rumbling like never before. I swear it must have been one of those super granddaddy sandworms you hear about living in the deepest, deepest desert. I figured it must have took a wrong turn at the shield wall and ended up on our heels. But I'll tell you what, when it comes to worms, Mom and Dad know their business
Sector weather
and led us
alert.
to safety
A large
on Rock
sandstorm
Island.
is approaching.
Practice precision. When the dust settled, the worm was gone and there was no sign of the Masquerade. Or was there?
I've got their trail. Good job, son. Follow it.
And why are we following it again?
They threatened my babies.
The trail led to a depression in the rocks where the Masquerade had made camp. They posted guards, but they were no match for us. The best